Good morning, welcome back. If you noticed, I did not get a video up yesterday. It's actually just, I've been very busy this week. I was recording some videos with Jason, some financial things, and yeah, I just realized right off the bat in the morning that I was not going to get a chance to make a video for you guys, and I just thought they'll be okay with it. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Julie, and I have 8 children, and we talk here a lot about homeschooling and enjoying our homeschool experience. That's kind of the theme around here. And today the topic is habits. I've been going through the topics listed by the Instagram account Intentional Homeschooling this month, and she's talked about habits. It's actually yesterday's topic, but I didn't want to miss it, even though I didn't record yesterday. I think today's topic, she's talking about personalities, and well, you guys kind of, I think, have figured out the different personality types here in our home, so I thought I would just skip that one and do the topic of habits with you today because I believe it is so important.
Me! I thought you were supposed to be stable.
Some friends of ours gave us an old GoPro.
Hero 2!
So Leah's being a little bit strange this morning.
No, wait. Start it up.
Walking around the house with all of the headgear on. Yeah, but we're not talking about personalities today, so we'll just end that strangeness right there. So habits. While I'm talking to you right now at this very moment, I have kids going around and doing their morning checklist. Their top 5, we call it. What are your top 5, guys?
Bible, tea, dress, job, lunch.
That's right. So in the mornings.
If you didn't catch that, I said Bible, tea, dress, job, lunch.
Okay, go back and do it. In the mornings, we like our kids to have some type of Bible time, some time with God. Sometimes that looks like them reading the Bible by themselves, or Samuel right now is listening to the Bible. I have the apps on my phone. So for kids that either can't read or prefer to listen because maybe they're beginning readers or whatever the preference, we allow them to listen to the Bible or read their Bible. Some prefer to read the Bible, or sometimes we will all happen to be together as a family and we will read through the Bible and talk about it as a family.
The whole Bible?
Not the whole Bible. Never done that in one day. Or sometimes Jason will pull a kid or two aside and read something and talk to them about it. We're not very structured in what we do. We just like to do something. That's how we start our day. So the reason we ask our kids to do these top 5 is because we are giving them a gift. We are trying to instill in them habits. Liddy! That's really loud. Lydia's discovering her scream. We're trying to instill in them habits that will serve them in adulthood, because if you have good morning habits, or a good, if you are structured with your day, if you practice good routines, it's going to be just easier for you as an adult to acclimate to having your own home, your own job, your own life, because you will have good habits already in place. You won't have to work on developing good habits while you're trying to figure out all the other things of adulthood. And so, that's why I wrestle these boys and girls every day to teach them good habits. Jeremiah, can I help you, buddy? Hi, say hi, friends. Hi, friends. So, like I said, our top 5 has always been reading the Bible or being in the Word in some way, brushing their teeth, getting dressed, doing their jobs, which each child has a different job. Plus, they are supposed to put away a few things of laundry. That's something that I started a few months ago when I realized that I was kind of falling behind in the laundry. And I thought, you know what, if each kid puts away 7 pieces of laundry from the laundry that came out of the dryer that morning, that would be, what did we say? There's 7 of you doing it, right? Well, James doesn't really count. There's 6 of them really doing it. So, that really adds up. Miss Lydia is getting so close to walking. She's walking along furniture. She can walk holding hands, right? Actually, I think she's ready for bed. Yeah, she's good at crawling.
And she can stand up, not
She can stand up all by herself. That's right. Are you ready for bed? Yeah, that's my I'm ready for bed face. Let me put her down for a nap, and then I will talk to you a little bit more about this topic. Okay, I'm finally back. It's actually been a little bit. I put her down for a nap and then got sidetracked, but I'm back. So what I wanted to say about habits is that we are always teaching habits. Good habits or bad habits. It's just part of our job as moms, is we are sculpting and molding our children, whether we're intentional about it or not. And many years ago, I think probably my third child was a baby. It was quite a while ago. And I read, yep, it's probably 10 years ago. I read about training and habits. And I think it was probably a Charlotte Mason book that I was reading back then. And she talked about that you should just work on one habit for a long time. I want to say it was probably two and a half months maybe, that you should work on one habit and consistently work on it. Like the illustration they used, because of course it was an older book, and they didn't have central air and things back then, and so they talked about how they wanted the child to always close the door when they left the room. That's not something that I would care about teaching today, but I think probably logistically, when I thought about it, it was like, okay, it kept the air in this room or whatever. That was the illustration they used. And so they said, while you're working on that one habit, just one at a time, never miss. Every time that child goes through that door, you need to make sure that they close the door, and you never miss. And after they start to do it, you might think, oh, they've got it, I don't have to remind them anymore. But you need to keep it up for several weeks after that, because it's at that point that the brain is deciding, like, yes, this is going to be a habit, or I'm going to let this habit go. And so you have to continue consistently working on that until that, whatever, 2.5 month time period was up. And I read it at the time, and I just remember thinking, and this was in my foolishness as a young mom, I remember thinking, well, I don't have time for that. If I am taking that long to teach a habit, then I'll only be able to teach like 5 or 6 habits a whole year. And I want my kids to know all this stuff now. I don't want to have to wait years for them to learn this. So forget that. That was what I thought at that time. Now, a decade later, looking back and realizing in the wisdom that I have grown in of time, because time gives us wisdom, I'm looking back and seeing how quickly time passes and how much value there is in working slowly and steadily. And that if I had started working consistently, like she suggested then, I would probably have like 60 habits instilled in my kids from that time, because I would have very diligently worked as she recommended. So there's my mom experience to you is just take the time. We're not in a hurry. We don't need our kids to be perfected now. We don't need them to have all the good habits now. It's just not important. We work on one thing at a time, and we know that we're in this for the long haul. We are creating adults, not perfect children. So what I would recommend for you is that you would just think about your life, think about the things that are important to you, and things that you would want your kids to grow in, and pick a couple things that are priorities for you. Maybe you want your child to always say, yes, mom, when you say something to them. Okay, that would be one habit. That every time you say something to them, remind them. Say, yes, mom, yes, mom. Okay, it's a little thing. Maybe you want them to, after they're done eating, to put their plate in the sink. Whatever it is, pick one thing to work on for several weeks. And don't worry about all the other things. Just work on that one thing until it becomes a firm habit. And then guess what? It will become just so automatic that you won't have to have that tension of reminding them anymore, because you'll be done with that. You'll be moved on to the next thing, and it will be a blessing to you both. As far as with delight-directed homeschooling, of course, our whole day is not structured and routine. That is not my goal for our family. But we do have a rhythm to our days, which is something that I'm going to be talking about in a future video. And so the important things for me is that morning routine that I list out for my kids. And again, I will link that video that I talk more about how we do that. So I have a checklist for them every day that they need to go through. It does not look perfect every day because remember, I'm training adults. I don't have already perfected kids. And so every day I have kids that need reminding. Every day I have kids that are kind of, might fall short in one area or another, but that's okay because that's the job that I'm doing right now. I'm doing the training on the imperfect kids by an imperfect mom. So there's always going to be, it's just not going to look beautifully perfect and put together. And if anybody is presenting their life as perfectly put together, I would be very wary of that person because we're humans. Even as adults, we don't have it all together. We certainly can't expect that all of our kids are. So, yeah, I'm a little cautious of people that look too good. Like, wait a second, something's missing here. Something's not adding up. However, we can put things in place in our life to make our life run smoother and for things to go easier and more peaceful. So just kind of take some time to think, what are the things that are a priority to me and how can I implement habits that would make those priorities more of a reality in our home. Okay, what's going on over here? Leo decided to work some more on his book that he's writing.
Man, it's a lot harder than writing a rough draft because I add a whole bunch of stuff.
So you already hand wrote a rough draft and now you're going and typing it?
I'm not even halfway through it.
What's
Probably
a rough
not
draft?
even a quarter right through it. I'm still writing in my book, but
Let's see if water.
I got this much done.
That's pretty cool to see it all laid out like that, isn't it?
I got that
Wow.
much done so far.
What an
Still-
accomplishment. All right, Silas is going to see how much math he can get done in 30 minutes.
Otherwise, it goes out the pot and then you go.
Yeah. Silas is really good at math, but we need some...
Except for when he isn't.
No, he's really good. He just gets a little distracted. So we're going to see how much he can get done in 30 minutes. That's my challenge for him. What's going on back here? We're having some laundry room fun. What are you up to, Samuel?
Mommy.
Rebuilding that? Okay. What about you? Building things. We decided to put our big Lego tub on the floor in the laundry room for a while because the boys like to sneak in here and play. That's my project. That's the laundry that didn't get folded this morning, so Mom's going to finish that up. Let's see. Oh, another thing about it is with our morning routine is we have to constantly keep changing as our life changes. And with the horses that are here right now, Isabella's, we're needing to do a little restructuring because she goes out to work with them in the morning, which means, you know, that's the time she would be doing her morning routine. So I'm doing some talking to her about maybe there's some things from her morning routine that she could do, like her job that she could do the night before she goes to bed to free up more morning time. I don't know. We're trying to figure that out. Where is she right now?
Mom, I finished all my stuff. Don't worry. I'm just waiting for them wrap.
She did finish all her stuff this morning, so that's good. But it seems like we need to do a little rearranging of time.
The only thing that's taking time is like feeding the horses because I only play with him while she's eating.
Right. But then you have rabbits and you have the chickens, and pretty soon over an hour goes by,
I know, but
and you're still with the animals.
See, the only thing is that I can't let her. I can't let her go while she eats. I have to be with her, so it's like kind of hard. So
I think learning how long things take is a good part of growing up, and I think that in your mind, Bella, you think that it's going to be quicker than it is. But you know, I consider this part of Bella's learning, going out and working with the animals. So I don't want her to have to rush through it because I think that's part of her education.
have to push myself to get up earlier.
Yeah, maybe getting up earlier is the answer. I don't know.
The problem is, Mom, can you find that jar of rice? Because my watch is in it.
Your watch is in a jar of rice.
That's my alarm clock.
Oh, it dropped in water, so you put it in rice.
I've been waking up at 7:30 every day is because that's Leo's alarm going.
Oh, gotcha. Have you heard of that? If you drop like watches or phones or whatever in water, you can put them in rice to try to resurrect them.
It's waterproof, just the button got pushed in the water.
Right. Anyway, enough rambling. I'm probably just going to let you guys go so I can quickly edit this quick video. Since I'm a little behind in videos, I'm just going to finish this quickly and get it out to you guys. Get on with our day here. Jeremiah's birthday is tomorrow. He turns 5 years old tomorrow. So there's no school tomorrow. We always take the day off school for birthdays. So that will be fun. He requested we make these sourdough cinnamon rolls that I actually had gotten the recipe from.
You never said I could. You said
Lisa.
You said you'd make one for me for my birthday.
Okay, I'm sorry, buddy. I was out of flour. You can eat these. Anyway, we are going to make these sourdough cinnamon rolls for Jeremiah's birthday. Only instead of the cinnamon, it's a chocolate filling. So I think that's going to be delicious. That's what he wants for his breakfast. So I have to start today because, you know, sourdough, you got to start a day ahead. So I'm going to start those now while these boys finish their math. Silas, you have 24 minutes left. 24 minutes. So they're going to finish here. I'm going to work on rolls. Hey, James, do you want to help Mommy bake?
No! James, don't take it from me. Hey,
Leo, stop teasing
I
poor
can write my
buddy.
name pretty good.
Stop teasing. Here, James.
I
Work
can
right
write
here.
it. You can't even write your
There
name
you
that
go.
much, dude.
There you go. Okay, focus.
Can't see. No, I can't.
Focus, focus.
Hi, I went in the pool.
They just came in from the pool. We actually got our pool out.
Water.
In the middle of all the rain, we had a couple hot days, and so
Yeah.
the pool is there.
We
It
know
has water. But can you tell everybody that are you excited about your birthday? Tomorrow, 5 years old?
I got my birthday too.
Yeah, so he's excited about his birthday, and tomorrow, since we are going to be doing some birthday celebrating, I am not going to do, what is that? Oh, your Play-Doh you put in the cup? I'm not going to do a homeschool video tomorrow, but I am going to share a video that I had already taken from a couple days ago when we went on our first family bike ride with all 10 of us. It was somewhat successful, so I'm going to share that with you tomorrow, and then we'll be back with another homeschooling video after that. So, can you say goodbye to our friends?
Bye.